Your coworker pays $1,247 a month for his truck. He earns $54,000 a year. The truck payment is 27.7% of his gross income, the federal threshold for what economists call auto poor. The point at which a vehicle payment becomes structurally unsustainable is 15%. He is 85% above the line. His name is Tyler. He is 31 years old. He works at a regional warehouse hub on the south side of Columbus, Ohio. On a Tuesday morning in January of 2026 at 6:47 a.m., a black GMC tow truck pulled into the parking lot of his apartment complex. The driver was wearing a navy windbreaker with a logo on the chest. He walked once around Tyler's white 2024 Ford F-250 Lariat. He pulled out a small handheld device. He took a photo. He hooked the truck up to the flatbed. By 6:53, the F-250 was gone. This is the story of how it got there and why Tyler is not the one who failed. 14 months earlier, November of 2024, Tyler walked into a Ford dealership on the north side of Columbus on a Saturday afternoon. He had been thinking about it for 2 years. The lease on his 2018 Toyota Tacoma was ending. He had wanted a real truck for a long time. He had grown up in eastern Ohio in a town where his uncle owned a 1989 Chevy 1500, and his father had owned a 1996 Ford F-150 Super Cab. The salesman walked Tyler to a 2024 Ford F-250 Lariat Super Crew 4WD with the 6.7-liter Power Stroke turbo diesel, white exterior, black leather interior, B&O premium audio, 12-inch touchscreen. MSRP $72,840. With the regional dealer markup of $5,500 over MSRP for the diesel package, the sales price came to $78,340. Tyler's credit score was 612, deep subprime. The F&I manager, a man in his mid-40s with a navy blazer and a Ford lat pin, sold Tyler an 8-year, 100,000-mile extended warranty for $3,200, gap insurance for $895, paint and interior protection for $1,495, wheel and tire protection for $1,200. Total F&I add-ons $6,790. Tyler put $4,000 down. The total financed, vehicle plus tax and registration plus F&I add-ons minus the down payment, came to $85,130. The F&I manager handed Tyler the loan terms. 84 months, 11.5% APR, $1,247.32 a month. Tyler signed. He drove the F-250 home that Saturday afternoon at 3:25 p.m. He filled the tank with $128 of diesel on the way. Here is the math the F&I manager did not do for Tyler. Tyler earns $54,000 a year. After federal income tax, Ohio state tax, Social Security, Medicare, and health insurance, his take-home is approximately $3,800 a month. The F-250 payment alone, $1,247, is 32.8% of his take-home. The Federal Reserve and consumer finance researchers use a 15% of gross income threshold to identify auto-poor households. Some lenders use a more aggressive 10% of take-home threshold. By either measure, Tyler is 3 times above the line. The payment alone is not the cost of the truck. Insurance on a new F-250 Lariat for a 31-year-old man with a subprime credit score in Ohio runs $485 a month. Diesel for a truck getting 15 miles per gallon driven 1,200 miles a month at $4.53 a gallon comes to $362 a month. The full monthly cost to own the truck, payment, insurance, fuel, is $2,094. That is 55% of Tyler's take-home. Rent on his two-bedroom apartment in suburban Columbus is $1,150. Phone, utilities, groceries, basic health care, $1,300 a month. Total monthly obligations, $4,544. Take-home, $3,800. Monthly shortfall, $744. From the day Tyler signed the paperwork at the Ford dealership, he was already $744 short every month. He did not know that yet. The salesman did not tell him. The F&I manager did not tell him. The bank that approved the loan at 11.5% did not tell him. Federal Reserve research shows lenders price subprime auto loans for an expected default rate. The 11.5% interest rate is not a coincidence. It is the math of a system that has already calculated how many of its borrowers will not be able to pay. Here's what happened between Tyler driving the F-250 home in November and the morning the tow truck arrived in January. December 2024. Tyler made his first payment on time. He charged $800 to a Discover card to cover the gap. The card had a $6,000 limit at 24% APR. By March of 2025, the Discover balance was $4,800. He called the company and asked for a credit limit increase. They raised it to $9,000. April. Tyler missed his first truck payment. He took a $3,000 cash advance from Discover at 29% and paid the truck 2 weeks late with a $35 late fee. You started to notice him at work that month. He used to eat lunch with the office crew at the deli on the corner 3 days a week. He started bringing a sandwich from home. He told the team he was trying to lose weight. June. Tyler missed his second payment. The lender called 14 times in 6 days. He did not pick up until the 7th day. They added the missed payment to the back of the loan as a one-time courtesy adjustment. August. Tyler skipped his annual dentist appointment for the first time in 12 years. October. Tyler requested a formal loan extension. The lender approved it. They added 6 months to the term and reduced his payment from $1,247 to $1,189. The principal balance went up. November. He missed October's payment. He missed November's. December's was due on the 15th. He did not pay it. On the morning of January 13, 2026, a Tuesday, Tyler woke up to the sound of a tow truck backing into his apartment complex parking lot. Tyler stood at his apartment window in a pair of gray sweatpants and watched. The driver was a man in his late 30s in a navy windbreaker. He carried himself like someone who had done this thousands of times. He walked once around the F-250. He took photos with a small handheld device. He hooked the front of the truck to the flatbed cradle. He winched it up. The whole process took 6 minutes. The driver did not knock on Tyler's door. He did not need to. Most states allow repossession without a court order if the borrower is at least 60 days past due, which Tyler was. The lender owns the truck. The lender has the right. Tyler stood at the window in his sweatpants and watched until the flatbed pulled out of the parking lot and turned onto the street. He sat on the edge of his bed for 40 minutes. Then he went to work. He did not tell anyone at the warehouse what had happened. He took his supervisor that his truck was in the shop. He took the bus home that afternoon. 3 weeks later, he received a letter from the lender. The letter said the F-250 had been sold at a wholesale auction on January 27th for $48,500. The remaining balance on the loan after applying the auction proceeds was $31,430. Tyler still owes that amount. He will continue to owe it. It will appear on his credit report until 2033. Tyler is not unusual. The Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia published a report in April of 2026 titled, "Do Recent Auto Loan Delinquency Rates Overstate Borrower Distress?" The answer in the report was no, they might be understating it. In the third quarter of 2025, the seasonally adjusted share of auto loans at least 60 days past due reached 1.68%, the highest level since 2008. Subprime borrowers hold only 17% of all active auto loan accounts. They account for nearly two-thirds of all delinquent loans. The Fitch Ratings 60-plus day delinquency index for subprime auto reached 6.9% in January of 2026, a record high. It has been deep red on the chart for nearly 4 consecutive years. 22.9% of all financed new car purchases in the first quarter of 2026 used loans of 84 months or longer. A decade ago, that number was 10%. 1 in 5 new car buyers now commits to a monthly payment of $1,000 or more. 43% of all new cars sold in the United States are now purchased by households earning at least $150,000 a year. In 2017, automakers sold 36 vehicle models priced under $25,000. In 2026, only 4 such models are still in production. The total amount of outstanding auto debt in the United States is $1.68 trillion. Tyler is the median story. You are reading this and you are thinking about him. Maybe you know someone like him. Maybe you used to be him. Maybe you are him. Here is the verdict. This is not Tyler's failure. Tyler made a decision in November of 2024 to walk into a Ford dealership and sign a piece of paper. That decision was foolish, but the people who designed the paper Tyler signed knew exactly what would happen. The 11.5% interest rate was not random. The 84-month term was not random. The $6,790 in F&I add-ons was not random. The auction price of $48,500 3 months after a 15-month-old truck was financed at $78,340 was not random. The lender priced for default. The dealer priced for margin. The system priced for Tyler. When you have a system that approves an $85,000 loan to a man earning $54,000 a year with a credit score of 612 at 11.5% interest with $6,700 of F&I add-ons rolled into the principal, when that system exists at scale, you do not have a small number of borrowers making bad personal decisions. You have a system designed to extract the next $31,000 from Tyler's wages until 2033. The Federal Reserve is going to call this an issue of borrower financial literacy. It is not. The lenders running the system have more financial literacy than the borrowers. They use that asymmetry on purpose. This is not Tyler's failure. This is the system's design. The system designed Tyler. You drive a 2013 Toyota Corolla, 241,000 miles. You bought it cash for $8,400 the week before you turned 24. You have a number in a folded piece of paper in your kitchen drawer. The number says $498,000. The number compounded $1 at a time across 11 years. This is not because you are smarter than Tyler. It is because you were not invited to the F&I office at 24. The system did not target you the way it targets Tyler. But you can be targeted at any time. You almost were 6 months ago. You sat in a $148,000 G-Wagon for 40 minutes. You almost wrote the check. Here is the rule. Write it down. If your monthly vehicle payment plus insurance plus fuel, is more than 12% of your take-home pay, you are in the danger zone. If it is more than 20%, you are Tyler before his first missed payment. You can still get out, sell the vehicle, pay the deficiency, drive whatever you can afford in cash. The Corolla still runs at 241,000 miles. The math underneath that car bought you a portfolio. The math underneath Tyler's truck bought him a deficiency balance. The truck is not the problem. The system that financed the truck is the problem. The system is going to keep doing what it does. Your only protection is the math. The math is on a folded piece of paper in your kitchen drawer.